My name is Nyagwachi Obiero, CEO and founder of FEMTO Industries, a green startup that handles waste management in our country and across Africa. We do research and innovations on every stream and component of waste that ends up in the landfills, or what we call the dump sites in our country, and I believe in most of the countries in Africa. Our main aim of doing that is to incentivize the dustbin, that is, give value to every component, every bit of the materials that we call waste, so that the community, the society that is living around these landfills or dump sites will see value in those materials, and they will, with an aim of getting some monetary value out of it, they'll go recover the material for us, and then we channel these materials to industries and entities that are recycling them, using them, upcycling them for other economic advantages. So at FEMTO Industries, we handle three categories of waste currently that we have proven the concept around. That is plastics, all forms of plastics. In fact, those plastics that the other players in the industry do not use. That is what we have put our energy and focus on, because they are the ones that end up in the landfills. In the eyes of ordinary community members, they are not useful. So we are putting value on them, giving them value so that they can be put back to the economy by the people that do material recovery and recycling and all that. There are people who make livelihoods from these things that we call scrap businesses. And so if we prove that there is value in these materials, like now the plastics, those forms of plastic that they leave in the environment, they will help us recover those materials and put them back to the economy through the technology that we are putting up. And then there is glass. Glass is also one of the challenges when it comes to pollution and waste management, because not many people have the technology and the muscle to process glass waste into valuable products. So we have put up a very simple technology that puts back glass to the construction industry. We know very well that that industry has a very huge appetite for material, and now that gives us the advantage of incentivizing the dustbin aspect of glass and putting it back to the economy. Then we have waste biomass. Waste biomass specifically, we are looking at things like water hyacinth, the weed that is affecting our water bodies, like now Lake Victoria in Kenya, for instance, Lake Naivasha, and there are other lakes along the Rift Valley that are experiencing the same challenge. So water hyacinth, we transform it into something that has the same characteristics as mahogany, for the purpose of cladding, molding, and the trimmings. There's like door framings, flooring, parquets. If you've seen floors that are done using wooden materials, ceilings that are done using something that looks like wooden materials, that is the market that we are looking at, because it has a huge potential of consuming this and matching up the rate at which this weed is multiplying on the lake. So because we shall give it the same value as, or even more than, the kg of fish, people that are working day and night as fishermen and women at the lake, for instance, they will have another alternative of going to the lake. If they are not successful with the fish, they can bring us a few kgs of water hyacinth, and they make a catch for that day. So we are focusing on water hyacinth and then sugarcane bagasse. These are the things that are left after you crush sugarcane. They are also a big challenge. Some industries are using them to generate electricity, but they're not consuming maximally as a whole to match up the rate at which this is generated. And then there is coconut husks. As much as they are not an environmental challenge, but we look at them from the angle of materials that are being wasted that could have been used to save the habits of cutting down trees. So we're giving them an alternative from coconut husks to do the construction. The people at the coast and these other areas that do palm trees. So we are at a very important stage because we have done the research, we have done prototyping, we have proven the concept, we have prototypes that are workable around these three forms of waste. Now we are at a stage that we need to start the pilot phase, that is do a sample house with our products. Then the consumers are going now, the clients going to see the sample house, input their feedback, and then suggestions, opinions, test the sample house. If it works for them, then now they can bring up the concepts of the kind of houses that they want. We would want to start with very simple houses because we are targeting low-income earning community, people that are living around these dump sites. These are the people that we want to transform the dump sites and make it a source of income for them, and then it gives them decent housing that are solutions that are affordable, because now they live in shanty structures that most of us cannot call home, but they have materials and resources next to them. They're also calling them waste. So we are trying to use that is three birds, one stone. Use the waste, create employment, solve the environmental challenge, and provide these people with decent, affordable or low-cost housing. It's a solution that we have been working on for years. We have collaborated with a number of institutions and a number of local community groups like the youth groups, CBOs, institutions like Moi University, a very supportive institution in this process. They took us through the incubation process. We have done research, prototyping, and now we are at a stage where we need to run the pilot phase and then have the correct data for commercialization. That is when we're getting to the market, we'll get to the market knowing exactly what it is that our client expects and exactly which areas are we supposed to do some improvement on, so that we don't give out things that we call solutions, but in the end they turn out to be more problems. We invite people, anybody that is interested and feels that this is their area of specialization, whether you're a student doing research, a researcher, an innovator, a local innovator, it doesn't matter your level of education, for so long as you have a concept and your concept seems to resonate with what you are doing. We invite you, we are open, we invite you to come and work with us so that we can create a bigger community that is solving this thing that we have been for so long calling a challenge. It's not a challenge to us. We look at it as a blessing, as a resource, because now dump sites, we call them invisible gold mines. There's a lot of resources, the dump sites, that most of us are not able to figure out. But now with such a technology that is being put up by FEMTO Industries, I believe so many people, even school-going kids, will get to realize that there is value in what they see along the streets when they're going to school as waste. They can be able to recover that and get to be compensated. It doesn't have to be in terms of cash because of their age. It could be in terms of school materials like pencils, pens, books, school shoes and all that. Even pocket money, that some extent they can be having some shopping card for them that is loaded with the token and vouchers. Thank you.